All right. Welcome back to No Filter MMA. This is your boy BJ back with another video short. Guys, let's talk about Zhang Weili. We got to talk about Zhang Weili for a second. Zhang Weili is talking about this whole move up to flyweight, challenge Valentina Shevchenko. This whole talk is going on right now. And I don't know if I 100% agree with Zhang Weili going to flyweight. And this is why I say that. Zhang Weili is the queen of the strawweight division. I give her that. It's hard to see somebody beating Zhang Weili right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's gonna have to rise up. Somebody's gonna have to prove that they can beat Zhang Weili. You know what I'm saying? That they're a viable contender to beat Zhang Weili. You know what I'm saying? Verna Jandiroba, I don't see it. I can see like a Mackenzie Dern evolving to get there, or more like a Jillian Robertson. I can see that happening. Verna Jandiroba, I don't know yet. I don't 100% think so at the moment. But, as of right now, as it stands right now, Zhang Weili is the queen of the strawweights. Moving up to flyweight, now the UFC has stipulations, like if you're going to move up, you have to vacate, like that's where you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where you are going to be. I think Daddy Dana is trying to get rid of the whole champ thing. You holding up another division while you compete here. Like, I think he's getting rid of stuff like that, which I'm not mad at. So how she fares at 125 pounds, guys, I'm gonna make this video short and sweet. I don't think Zhang Weili has that kind of success at 125 pounds. I don't think she beats Valentina Shevchenko, for one, and I don't think she would fare well at 125 pounds. I mean, look at the other strawweight champions who have moved up to 125, and look what happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Look at Jessica Andrade. Look at Rose Namajunas. They haven't had the cleanest run at 125 pounds. And you can even look at fighters like Amanda Ebos. Amanda Ebos will go up to flyweight and she'll take a fight, and she's competitive at flyweight, but she'll lose at flyweight too. You know what I'm saying? She's taking a lot of losses at flyweight. So you have to consider that in. Like, it's not always the best road for these strawweights to move up to flyweight. Some strawweights do well at flyweight, i.e. Alexa Grasso. You know what I'm saying? A couple of Macy Barber does well at flyweight, But Zhang Weili was, the girls like Grasso and Macy Barber, they had time to work their way up through the division. They had time to really acclimate to the weight. Zhang Weili, however, is trying to go straight into a title fight at 125 pounds, and that's not good, And I don't even see her beating people like Natalia Silva, or like let me not say that, like a Natalia Silva, or like a Manon Fior, or even like a Aaron Blanchfield. Since this is the talk shit about Aaron Blanchfield era, let me say something about Aaron Blanchfield. Because Aaron Blanchfield was the one who says that she come up to flyweight, I'll whoop her ass. And I think there was somebody else who said that they would love to welcome Zhang Weili to 125 pounds. What's it, Jasmine Jasdavizius? It was somebody who said, hey, I'll welcome her to 125. So with that being said, I just don't think it's a smart move, man, because these girls are much bigger than Zhang Weili. Aaron Blanchfield said, I saw her in person, and she's very short. She's very short. And that's to a short person like Aaron Blanchfield. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, that is the blocks that I think are against Zhang Weili. Zhang Weili, she does beat a lot of one-dimensional fighters, versus you're not going to run into that many one-dimensional fighters when you go up to 125 pounds. You get up to 120. Look what happens when Zhang Weili fights somebody who is well-rounded. Look at her fights with Rose. You know what I'm saying? When she fights those well-rounded people, it looks a little bit different. So going in there with somebody like a Manon or an Aaron or a Natalia, you know what I'm saying, even like a Macy or even like a Grasso, I don't know for sure that it would be all You know what I'm saying? Hip hip hoorays for Zhang Weili at 125 pounds, but that's just my thoughts on it. That's just my thoughts on it. Of course, I'm going to elaborate on this more, so, you guys just let me know how you feel about this, because I've just been pondering this for the last couple of days. I don't think it's a good idea for her to move up to 125. If she does, I hope she does well. Now is the right time to make the Zhang Weili fight. I get it. But now with the new stipulations from the UFC, like, oh, you got to vacate and you got to stay, that changes the game a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. This is your boy BJ back from No Filter MMA. Drop those comments in the comment section. Hit that like, hit that dislike, and if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And your boy is out.